Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to continue to talk about The Notebook. That's right, The Notebook, that piece of shit chick flick from 2004 that we all love and remember so well. I just want to say I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was wonderful. I spent time with the family, which is great. I hope you all had a safe one as well. That's why I took a break for a couple of days, but I'm back now, and we're gonna finish talking about The Notebook, okay? Straight man style, that's right. I'm not one of your fucking girlfriends here, and I'm not one of your gay friends. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth about these fucking chick flicks, all right? That's what I do here in this chick flick destruction. Now, every once in a while, I'm gonna come across, because I have seen them, I'm gonna come across a good chick flick. A good one, yeah, one that really like move me, you know, like emotionally and shit, okay? And when that happens, I'll talk about it here, okay? But this ain't it. This ain't one of those, okay? This is just a manipulative piece of shit fucking movie from 2004, okay? That put Rachel McAdams on the map. Well, she's not on the map anymore, but she was on the map back then. And Ryan Gosling, who is still on the map, unfortunately. That very limited actor. I'm pretty sure he's done some other stuff, but I haven't seen it. I didn't see fucking Blade Runner. I saw a couple of things he was in, but nothing really major. That I could consider super good. I've seen him do a couple of good things, but this was not one of them. He's just a pretty boy here. He's not a fucking man. Nicholas Sparks, the author of the book that this movie was based on, does not understand what a man is. He's never been one himself, so he wouldn't fucking know. All right, he basically writes women and gives them male bodies and male names. Okay, and you're just supposed to go with it. Okay, basically that's what Nicholas Sparks is, because he's not even a man himself. Okay, so he's got no example, nothing to draw from. Okay. So basically that's what he is, and that's what happens here, okay? Basically, the character of Ryan Gosling's character, Noah Calhoun, who he plays the young version, James Garner plays the old version, okay? He's telling this story about how he met the fucking love of his life. He never mentions whether or not the girl loved him back. Not really. He doesn't care about that. All that matters is that he fell in love with the girl and simped the whole fucking movie for her, all right? That's all that matters to him. Nothing else is important in his life except for that. That he loves a woman, not that she loves him back, or that she's a good fit for him or anything like that, you know, or that they build a life together. Just that he loves her is enough for him. He can die happy knowing that he gave everything he fucking has to a woman who didn't necessarily deserve it. All right, that makes him happy, okay? Because that makes all men happy, okay? Obviously, guys, you've seen this movie, you know it's true. Yeah, there's a secret right there, ladies. You figured it out. Good for you. All right. Anyway, the point is that Noah Calhoun is a fucking nothing burger. He basically only gives a shit about his wife and nothing else. Okay, and that's carried out throughout the entire fucking movie here. All right. Now, in the last scene that we saw, basically they got into an argument and they broke up. Okay, and the reason they broke up was because the young versions, I mean. Okay, the old versions are in an old folks' home. Okay, in a nursing home because Gina Rollins. Okay, that's Allie Hamilton, okay, she's got dementia and Alzheimer's, basically, okay, so she forgot her husband, she forgot her family, she forgot who she is, okay, so she's in this nursing home and her husband, Noah's there, but he goes by the name of Duke for some reason, and he's reading to her a story from a notebook, get it, a notebook, hence the name of the movie, okay, to try to get her to remember their love life. The story he's reading her is about how they met each other, how they fell in love, all that kind of bullshit, all right, so he reads that to her to get her to remember him. Okay, because she's losing her memory. Every day she loses more and more of it. All right, that's in the present time. Okay, in the past though, we're seeing Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams play out the story. Okay, and I just want to get this out of the way, and it's pretty fucking obvious. Okay, if you've ever seen James Garner and Gina Rollins, they were acting when they were that age. Okay, when they were the ages of Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. Okay, James Garner and Gina Rollins were both acting. They've got a lot of fucking filmography behind them. Okay, there are a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies, a lot of black and white movies. They were very well known in the industry. They have a lot of body work. I kind of wish that they had found some actors that kind of looked more like them. I think Rachel McAdams looked absolutely nothing like the young Gina Rollins. Gina Rollins, I think, in my opinion, when she was young, is better looking than Rachel McAdams at 26, which is how old she was when she filmed this movie. Okay, and let's say, and Ryan Gosling, I'm sorry, dude, but you are not James Garner. Okay, I used to watch, my grandpa and I used to watch the old fucking Maverick episodes from the 60s, you know? Okay, we used to watch that shit when I was a little boy, okay? And dude, you are no fucking Brett Maverick, okay? Okay, and then with my uncle, I used to watch the Rockford Files, okay? And Ryan Gosling, you are no Joe Rockford, okay? You're not, okay? Not even close, okay? So give it up, all right? Give it up. You know what you are, Ryan Gosling? You're fucking Beastmaster, okay? That's who you are, okay? Yeah, he was on that TV show. He played the young Beastmaster, yeah. Yeah, that's who you are, Ryan Gosling. I know you were a Musketeer before that, but yeah, that's what you are, Ryan Gosling. You are no fucking, you are no James Garner. You're no Brett Maverick or Joe Rockford. But anyway, I digress. So they broke up because obviously he's a poor boy. He's from the wrong side of the tracks. Lives with dad. He's fucking, he's basically, his mom calls him white trash, basically, 3 times no less. Okay, he's too poor. He only makes 40 cents an hour. He doesn't have the social status worthy of their daughter. Okay, so yeah, he's basically the poor white trash boy. Okay, he works at a fucking lumber yard. He lives with his dad in a fucking log cabin. Okay, he doesn't have any money. He's not ever gonna have money. Okay, that's just not in the cards for him. Those are his words, not mine. Okay, and meanwhile, Allie Hamilton, okay, she comes from a very rich Southern antebellum family. They have black slaves. I'm sorry, black servants. Yeah, sorry. This is post-slavery. Okay, yeah, they have black servants, okay? They have a big antebellum mansion that they have in Seabrook, North Carolina. That's their summer home, but they don't actually live there. They're only there for the summer, okay? They have a lot of rich friends. They dress in all white. Her dad looks exactly like fucking Joseph Stalin with a Southern accent. They've already picked out her college. They've picked out her life. They've already picked out the type of man that she's going to marry, and they most certainly do not approve of this guy. Her dad just saw it as a fucking summer fling, nothing to worry about, but Allie's mom saw it as a lot more dangerous than that, and there's a reason she saw it that way, okay? That this guy was gonna fuck up her daughter's life completely, and so she forbade her daughter from ever seeing him again, okay? And then she fucking had them leave, okay? So she arranged for the whole family to go back home, okay? They weren't supposed to leave for another week, so like it looked like Allie and Noah had another week of summer love before they had to say goodbye to each other. Well, she sped that up to like, you're leaving today. That's it. You're packing your shit. Even if I fucking have to, if our servant has to pick you up over his shoulder and drag you back home, that's what's going to happen. Okay. But you're leaving today. Okay. Basically, that's what's going on here. All right. So she's pissed off. Okay. So in the present, we already saw them break up, okay? And before she breaks, she basically beat the shit out of Noah. It didn't really hurt him. That's because, like, he fucking actually beat himself up more than he let her beat him up. He slapped himself like doing a fucking aftershave commercial. He did that to himself after she fucking kept fucking hitting him, okay? And so they broke up, all right? And she's bipolar, of course. What else would you expect from a fucking stripper? Okay, so that's going on. They break up. Okay, now they go to the present time. You see the old Allie and old Noah, and they're walking in the nursing home. Okay, and he's telling her the story. Okay, in the present, and Allie tells Noah, the old Allie tells Noah that he was only trying to do the right thing. That's why he broke up with her. He was just trying to do the right thing. And Allie also says, like, she should have told those parents of hers to stick it where the sun don't shine. and old Noah's like, yeah, he probably should have. Okay. Then we go back to the past, back to 1940. Okay. So like I say, young Allie wakes up and she confronts her mom, and everything's getting packed up in all the fucking Rolls Royces that they own and shit. And they're like, so they're leaving. She argues with her mom. Her mom says, like, if the fucking servant has to carry you over their shoulder, that's what's going to happen. Okay, but you're leaving today. We're going back home today. And you ain't going to see that boy anymore. All right? Although she is aware that they broke up, she wanted to make sure it stays that way. Okay, so of course, Allie fucking throws her fucking newspaper at her mom while she's having her breakfast at one of their long tables, okay? Okay, and then Allie goes to the lumberyard. Okay, her mom drives her there. She wants to see Noah one last time and say goodbye to him and apologize for the fight they had last night. But Noah's not there. He's delivering lumber somewhere. But his friend is there. His friend Kip is there. Okay, so she leaves a message with him. Okay, she goes to Kip and she tells him, hey, listen, tell him that I love him. When you see Noah again, tell him that I love him and tell him that I apologize for what happened. Okay, last night. Okay. With Finn, okay? And Phil tells her, hey, listen, I'll tell him what you said, but, I was up with him all last night. He's very upset over that fight y'all had, and I think that, if you keep seeing him or something like that, then you're just going to hurt him. And he's already hurt enough, so you should just leave him alone. If he wants to keep in contact with you, he'll write you. And if he doesn't want to, then he won't, so just accept that, Okay, that's what he tells her. She's like, well, then tell him that I love him. He's like, I'll tell him. Okay, and then, of course, her mom's honking the horn, telling her to hurry the fuck up. Okay, so she cries as she looks out the back seat and drives away. Okay. Meanwhile, Noah gets there after he delivered the lumber. Finn tells him what happened. He jumps into his truck immediately and drives straight to their house. And, of course, once he gets there, he tries to drive through the gate, but it's locked and he can't get through. Boom. The house is empty. Allie's house is empty. Everyone left. So now he's upset and he's like, oh shit, you know. So he's probably never going to see her again. You know what? They did have telephones back then, I think. In the 1940s, I do believe telephones existed. I'm pretty sure, you know, they could have exchanged addresses the entire fucking summer they were together. You know, just because, you know, they're not there anymore doesn't mean you can't find out where they live. But can you honestly tell me that all that private time that they spent together during summer love, nobody picked up a fucking pencil and paper and wrote down the address of where they fucking lived? Can you honestly fucking tell me that? Okay, he was writing to her, so he knew where she lived. All he had to do was go over there. All he had to do was go over there, and he would have run into her. He never got into his truck and drove over there. You know, he wrote her all this time, but he also acted like he didn't know where the fuck she was or whether or not he'd ever see her again. And they never exchanged a phone call. That's like, you know, that doesn't make any sense. It's not believable. I know the reason they didn't do it is because if they put that in there, all of a sudden the whole movie falls apart. They could have called each other. They could have called somebody that has a fucking phone. They could have given them that number. They could have talked about, hey, listen, when you go back home, you know, when summer's over here, call this number here and they'll get in touch with me and then you can tell me what number to call you back at and blah, blah, blah. It could have fucking happened. It could have worked. It wouldn't have been easy, but it could have worked. There would have been none of this fucking writing a letter every fucking day for a year, okay? I mean, that's just bullshit. What kind of guy, no fucking guy does that. You know what kind of guy does that? A guy that's fucking 300 pounds, lives in his fucking mom's basement and eats fucking Happy Meals all fucking day and playing video games. That's the kind of guy that writes to a girl 365 fucking days a year. Okay, this is pathetic. Pathetic. Anyway, it's not a real man. There's no men in this movie. There's no real men in this movie. Not one. Not one. All right. And there's a few non-women in this movie too. Yeah, I said it. There's a few women in here that don't act like women. Yeah, I know. Weird, huh? Okay, anyway, moving right along. So that's going on here, okay. Blah, blah, blah. She's all crying and shit, you know. Old Noah reads. So Noah realizes he can't get inside the house anymore. He tries to smash the gate open. It won't break. Okay, so old Noah narrates. He says, they are shooting stars. Now, he's supposed to be reading from a fucking notebook, okay? Nobody writes like this. This is like a professional novel. Okay, it's supposed to be like he's reading notes, but he's reading it. It's all written eloquently, like it's a fucking love story novel that he's reading. Like it's a short story he bought from the fucking bookstore and he's just reading it to her. You know, not his own personal notes about their relationship. It wouldn't go this way. Anyway, they are shooting stars. A spectacular moment of light in the heavens. You know who writes like this? Gay guys. A spectacular moment of lights in the heavens. A fleeting glimpse of eternity. What the fuck does this mean? And in a flash, they were gone. So old Noah says, Noah was desperate. He wrote to Allie that he was sorry and stupid. He still loved her and wanted to see her again. If she writes back, he'll come wherever she is. Or you could have just fucking drove over there, you fucking dumbass. I mean, how far away could she have lived? You know where she lives. Just fucking go over there. Just go over there. What the fuck? I know you're a dumbass, but you should at least have thought of this. If you'd been reasonably intelligent, you would have gotten her fucking phone number way before she ever fucking left. This is stupid. Well, it looks like Allie's mom intercepts all the mail. So every time she gets a letter, she checks the mail and there's a letter from Noah. She doesn't throw it away, which is what she should have fucking done. No, she saves it. Saves it for what? So you can reveal to your daughter one day that you've been fucking bullshitting her the whole time? How do you think she's going to accept that? You know, and if you're never going to give those letters to your daughter, then why didn't you just fucking burn them or throw them away? See, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. When I say this movie's a piece of shit, it's stuff like this that I point out. That's so fucking unrealistic. Not only are the characters unrealistic, no guy would ever fucking act this way, but no mom would ever act this way either. This is stupid. If she wanted to keep this boy away from her daughter, like this movie wants you to believe that she does, she would have burned those fucking letters. She would have burned them, or she would have written them back, returned to sender. You know, something like that. You know? No. No, she saves them. Well, if you're going to say these letters, there's only one conclusion to that. You're going to give them to your daughter someday. And why would you? How is that going to help your relationship with your daughter? Come on. This is bullshit. Well, it's a cliche. It happens in all the movies. All right. So it says, old Noah narrates, says he wrote 365 letters. All went unanswered. After a year, he wrote a farewell letter and put all this behind him to start a new life. Bullshit. He does not start a new life. He does not start a new life. Metaphorically, he sits on his ass with his fucking thumb square up in it and waits. With his thumb up his ass and his other hand, he's got his dick in his hand. And he does that the rest of his fucking life. I know it's a metaphor, but it's an apt one. That's exactly what he does. He never does move on, ever. He never has a life. He never does anything for himself. His entire fucking life is devoted to this bitch that bitch that liked to beat him up, by the way, that he met over summer vacation. I'm sorry, that's not realistic at all. It's not. Now, the fact that you girls are all creaming over Noah in this movie, especially during scenes like this, just enhances the point that I'm making. A guy like this would not fucking spend the rest of his life alone. Okay? He would have fallen in love again. Okay? He would have fallen in love with someone else, someone that he actually has sex with. Okay? He would have had a family. He would have gotten married. Okay? He would have enough self-confidence to do something with his fucking life instead of building a house for a girl that might not ever fucking show up again. This is bullshit. Okay, anyway. Oh my God. Okay, so, no, realistically, this was me. This was, or any man, a real man. Okay, not a fucking a woman disguised as a man written by a closet homosexual like Nicholas Sparks. No, if this has been realistic, okay, he would have dated other girls during this time. He would not have spent 365 days after fucking Allie left writing her every fucking day. Even if I was in love with a woman that much, okay, I would have written her maybe once a week. Okay, but the fact that we left on uncertain terms like that, the last time we saw each other, we were yelling at each other. Okay, I would have moved on. I would have started dating other girls. I would have already done that. I would have left myself open to the possibility of falling in love again. Okay? I wouldn't have expected this woman to fucking show up in my life again. I would not have expected that at all. Okay? I got to take care of me, and she's going to take care of herself too. Okay? So no, that's called being a fucking adult. Okay, this movie sends you this message that, when you fall in love with someone, it's good to fucking hurt yourself physically, because he does attempt suicide to get her to go out with him, and emotionally, he sits on his fucking ass for the rest of his life, waiting for her to come back to him, as if that's even a possibility. Now, we know it's a possibility because we saw the fucking movie, okay, but if this was realistically, a guy would not know that. He would not know if this woman would ever fucking come back. If I wrote a woman a letter every fucking day for a year and I never got a return, I would have written her off a long time ago. I would have made it to 365 days. I would have quit writing her if I never got anything back, and I would have moved on with my life. I would have taken the L and moved on, and go out there and meet another girl. Meet several other girls until I find the best one. Okay? And the chances are a lot higher that you're going to find someone better than her, because you get older, you get more experience. The women you date get older, they get more experienced. Okay? It's not fucking us love with a fucking teenager. Okay? Real love. Okay? Older, more mature love. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. Maybe someone close to your own fucking age. Ryan Gosling was 24 when he filmed this movie. Rachel McAdams was 25 when she filmed this movie, but she was playing a 17-year-old. They don't say how old Noah is, but I'm guessing he's probably 24. Okay? Okay, think about it. That's 7 fucking year age difference. Okay? 7 fucking year age difference. And yet he's the one acting like a fucking 13-year-old who lost the love of his life. Okay? You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. This is a bullshit movie. She can't wait to fucking move on. Okay? But he's, please, come back, please. Please. This is bullshit. Anyway. Oh, and because he grows some fucking facial hair, that means that he's got some courage now. Bull fucking shit. He's a pussy. Anyway. Yeah, and he doesn't move on with his life. He's a fucking pussy. All right. Noah and Finn, they moved to Atlanta after a year of him waiting with his thumb up his ass. So they decided to move to Atlanta. Why? They don't do anything. They work at a construction site. They're making skyscrapers there. And they're working there on December 7th, 1941, okay, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. And then Franklin Delano Roosevelt announces that that we are going to war with Japan and Germany. Okay, so he's there when that happened. So it's been a year already. Okay, one thing that Franklin Delano Roosevelt did not announce that day was all the fucking internment camps he was going to put all the Asian Americans in. Okay, yeah, a lot of people, the history don't ever talk about that. Well, you can read about it in history if you really look for it, but no one ever makes documentaries about it. No one ever fucking makes movies about it. There's no fucking Hollywood movies about fucking all the fucking Asian Americans that were put in fucking concentration camps here in the United States of America. Okay, and it didn't even matter if they were fucking Asian or not. It didn't even matter if they were Japanese or not. Okay, if you were Chinese, they threw you in there too. They didn't give a fuck, despite the fact that China was at war with Japan, that they hated Japan just as much as we did. No, it didn't fucking matter. They didn't care. You were Asian, you're going in a fucking camp. Okay, no one ever makes movies about that. Okay, I want to know where all the fucking civil rights leaders are about that shit. You don't see it anywhere. You don't fucking see it anywhere. Hollywood doesn't want to fucking touch it. Who's the real racist here? See what I mean? I think that's a big fucking deal. That we had concentration camps and we put our own fucking citizens in them? Hell yeah, that's a big fucking deal. You ain't gonna see a movie about that. No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. All right. So that's going. I know I digress. Hey, I can't help talk about 1941 without telling you stuff that really did fucking happen in there that you probably did not know about. All right. Okay. So anyway, that's going on here. So they decide to enlist in the army. Okay, to go fight. Okay, which was a good thing to do. A lot of people did that. I mean, the draft was very low. There were so many volunteers. Once Pearl Harbor got attacked, fucking that was it, dude. I mean, even me myself, you know, I was in a very similar situation. Okay, I know what it's like to go to war. Okay, I do know what it's like to go to war. Okay, I was in the military when the shit hit the fan. Okay, I remember September 11th very well, and I remember getting fucking activated at that time. So yeah, it was quite a time. Let me tell you. So I know what they're going through. Okay, it's like, you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Me personally, if I'm going to war, it's best that I don't have a girlfriend or I have a wife or kids waiting for me. No, you go by yourself. And hopefully you come back. And if you come back in one piece, then you get those things. You get the wife, you get the kids, you get all that kind of shit, okay, because you earned it. Okay, but don't go out there fucking hoping, you know, that your wife's going to wait for you or that your kids are going to still love you or all that kind of shit, okay? Because if you're lucky enough not to die out there, okay, when you come back home, it's a different world, okay? And not just fucking externally, internally. You're not the same person you were when you left, okay? So I always recommend that, and I've been in the military. I know what it's like, okay? If the Marine Corps wanted to give you a fucking wife, they would have issued you one, okay? And it's true. Don't fucking go fighting. It's the worst thing I could ever see when I was in the Corps was seeing guys that had fucking wives waiting for them at home. They had kids waiting for them at home. Fuck that noise, okay? You are married to the fucking Marine Corps, okay? And you will be fucking faithful, all right? That comes before anything else. Comes before your fucking kids, before your spouse, okay? Before anything, okay? Yeah, so I would recommend if you're gonna go fight, be single and have no fucking kids. Otherwise, don't fucking go. Anyway, that's what these guys are. So him and Finn, they enlist together, okay, and they go. It says here that they spend 3 years in Africa, in northern Africa, fighting Rommel, who's the fucking evil Nazi tank commander over there. Okay, in Egypt. All right, and then they spent a year at fucking the Battle of the Bulge. Okay, with because they didn't say where it was, but they did say they were with Patton's army. Okay, well Patton went through that was the Battle of the Bulge. Okay, that was Bastion. Okay, and Bastion was I read about Bastion, and I saw the movie. Well, I saw the miniseries. It was called Band of Brothers. Oh my God, on HBO. Oh my God, they dramatized Bastion very well, man. That was a fucking living hell. Okay, we're talking 40 degrees below zero every fucking day. It was the Germans' last offensive in the war. It was the last time they fucking attacked. Okay, in the war, it was their counterattack. All right, they even sent fucking Germans that had picked up the American accent and pretended to be Americans to infiltrate our units over there and sabotage our fucking weapons. Yeah, that's what a big deal this was. Okay, Battle of the Bulge, right? By Bastion. So apparently, despite the fact that all these guys have fucking hair longer than mine, apparently in the movie they are in Bastion. Okay, and they get bombed by the Nazis. Okay, and during this bombing, Finn dies. Okay, so that was Noah's best friend, Finn. Okay, that was the one that introduced him to Allie in the first place. Okay, he was dating Allie's friend. All right, so Finn dies there in Bastion, which I thought was pretty sad. Okay, because from what I know about Bastion, that was a fucking living hell. Okay, I mean the soldiers froze to death out there. That's how fucking bad it was. All right, it was really, really bad. All right, but it was for a good cause. All right, so that's going on here. Meanwhile, while Noah's freezing his ass off watching his friend get blown apart in France. Allie is going to college full time. Yeah, she's studying. She's falling asleep in class. She's hanging out with her girlfriends or sipping sodas, cokes and shit. And then she decides to volunteer as a nurse. Yeah, so she gets to treat all these wounded soldiers and shit. Okay, for injured soldiers. Okay, and she meets a guy there who's in a total body cast. Okay, his name is Colonel Hammond. No, sorry, his name is Captain Hammond. Lon Hammond. His name is Lon Hammond. Yeah, people used to name their children Lon back in the day. Okay, Lon Hammond. Okay, played by James Marsden. Yes, you know him, Cyclops from the X-Men movies. Okay, so he's there in a body cast. Okay, and he actually propositions her while he's fucking in his body cast, blood on his face. He obviously was severely wounded in the war, but he still got his wits together, and he's flirting with her despite the fact that he's in a body cast. He's flirting with Allie in her nurse's outfit, okay? And Allie's acting like, oh my God, this guy's flirting with me? Bullshit flag right there, okay? Let me tell you something. Any girl that looks like Rachel McAdams that was working as a nurse in a fucking war with nothing but injured male soldiers, okay, she's gonna get propositioned about 500 fucking times a day, okay? 500 fucking times a day. And of course, what does this guy do? He propositions her. He asks her to marry him. And he makes it funny, like, hey, I'm a really good dancer. I'm a really good dancer. You can't tell right now, but I'm a really good dancer. Yeah, I am. That kind of shit, and she's just like, oh my God, get the fuck out of here. There's one thing that doesn't piss me off more is when you girls know you're hot, but you act like you don't know that when a guy compliments you. You act like you don't fucking realize that. No, bull fucking shit. You did your hair that way. You wear your fucking makeup. You wear the tight clothes. You do that shit because you want people to fucking look at you. You want people to compliment. You get pissed off when we don't. Okay? So don't give me that bullshit. All right? Come on. A girl like her, okay, she would have gotten propositioned 500 fucking times a day if she had worked there. For real, okay? Don't give me that bullshit, okay? She tells him, oh, you're just on painkillers, okay? You don't know what you're saying. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. All right, okay. And he flirts with her anyway, okay? And he proposes marriage to her right then and there. Of course he does. All right? Because that's what happens. Allie has that effect on men. Okay, as soon as a man meets her for the very first time and looks at her, he wants to marry her right away and be with her for the rest of his fucking life. Yeah, like that happens in real life, especially to Rachel McAdams, right? No, I don't think so, bitch. I don't fucking think so. You're a pretty girl, okay? And I might marry you if I got to know you and you weren't a fucking cunt, which you are. You like to fucking hit guys and you think it's cool and you're bipolar, okay, with daddy issues, okay? No, if I didn't know any of that stuff, like even if I was in love with you and I did know any of that shit, okay, I would not fucking marry you just because of how pretty you are. Okay, there's got to be a little bit more to you than that. Just a little bit more to you than that. I mean, Jesus Christ, you expect more from us, don't you? Of course. So why wouldn't we expect more from you? All right. Okay, so yeah, like I said, a nurse like her would get 500 proposals a fucking day. All right, anyway, Allie and her girlfriends, they go out, they're on campus and shit, flirting, not flirting, but gossiping. You know what girls do, walking a pack together, and they see him there on her campus. He followed her. How the fuck did he get her address? Or did he find out where she lives, or where she goes to school? I don't know how that happened. They never revealed that she would actually share that information with him, but somehow he figured it out, and he shows up at her college campus there, okay, not to do anything, just to stand there on the corner, okay, in front of his red 1939 Packard convertible, okay, super convertible. He just stands there posing in his fucking army uniform. I guess he's waiting for her to walk by. I don't fucking know. How he would know that she was going to walk by him right there at that very fucking moment, since he had no purpose being at the university except to meet up with her. So he just stands there. I guess he stood there all day waiting for her and her girlfriends to walk by, which means that he knows her syllabus. He knows her fucking itinerary. He knows exactly when she's going to walk by that particular part of the university to go to her next class or whatever. Apparently he knew all that shit. How come nobody asked those questions? But anyway, he's standing there in front of his fucking his 1939 Packard super convertible. And when her and her girlfriends walk by, he's just standing there posing. He's not standing, he's posing, like for a photograph, even though there's no photographer. He's posing there, and waiting for her to make eye contact with him. And she does, and she's like, yeah. I don't know. Was that how it was done back then? I don't fucking think so. Okay, and so of course he's like, I got better. Okay, and he asks her out right then and there in front of her girlfriends. Stalker. Okay, and yeah, and Noah narrates this part of the story, even though he wasn't fucking there. He narrates that they fell in love really quickly. Okay, like how the fuck would you know, Noah? You weren't fucking there. How would you know that she fell in love, and why would she fall in love with him? Okay, how come is it that she fell in love but you didn't? You didn't fall in love with anybody. The only person you've ever loved is her. Nobody else. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. All right. And the fact that she knows exactly, Allie knows exactly where Noah lives because she's been to his house. She never once, even once she turned 18, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. She never got into a car because she knows how to drive now. She never got into a car and just drove over there just to see how he's doing. Nope. Nope. It never occurred to her either. You know, I mean, your friend Sarah still lives over there. Why don't you give her a call? I'm sure you know her number. Hey, is Noah still living over there? Huh? You know, that kind of thing. You know, nope, nope, nope. No, he's not here. I think he got drafted, but his dad's still here. You want his number? That easily could have happened, you know, but it didn't happen. Hey, Mr. Calhoun, is there an address where I can mail Noah some letters in the army? You know, because guys, we live for those letters. By the way, when you're deployed, we live for those fucking letters from home. Trust me, that's what keeps us going. All right, you know, nobody thought about that shit. You know why? Because Nicholas Sparks didn't think about this shit. And you know why? Because he's not a fucking man. And he never fucking served one fucking 1 minute of his life in the fucking military. That's why. Okay, his military experience is the equivalent of playing with fucking GI Joes. All right. So anyway, back to Lon Hammond. Yeah, what a name, right? Lon Hammond, of course, he's rich, he's good looking, he's fucking got the fucking super Packard car, he's super wealthy, he's got dad jokes out the ass, you know, and of course, once he meets her like he did when he was injured, he gets one-nights, he immediately falls in love with her, and she's the only woman in the whole world for him from now on, forevermore. Why is it that the guys are more fucking faithful in this movie than the girls are? How the fuck did that happen? Huh? Who the fuck wrote? Oh yeah, I know who wrote this shit. Fucking Nicholas fucking I'm a Woman Sparks. That's what happened. I swear to God, he should be writing for Sex and the City. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, funny, sophisticated, charming. Okay, all these other fucking adjectives, whatever. Okay, and because he is all these things, he's funny, he's sophisticated, he's charming, he's handsome, he's smart, he's wealthy. Her family loves him because he's all these things. You know he's gonna get fucked over. He's a cuck. He's a walking cuck. All right. And then we see a montage of them swing dancing, okay, and horseback riding on the beach. Very Esquitarian and shit, you know. And yeah, so of course they fall in love, just like Noah says. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop this review right here, and I will continue my review shortly. I thank you very much for watching these reviews as long as you have, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.